My name is Armen Matosyan. I born in Armenia and live in Toronto for the last 10 years. My first encounter with duduk, I think the sound of duduk is deeply ingrained into the DNA of every Armenian, I think from the early childhood. The interesting thing is that duduk sound is recognized by Armenians from thousands of other instruments. If you hear an orchestration of some sort of 100 instruments and there is a sound of duduk, everyone will recognize. So I would say that it's deeply ingrained in me. I can't say duduk was one of my favorite instruments since the childhood because it's very mournful. I'm not a very sad person myself. After immigrating to Canada, everyone tends to bring a piece of Armenia with themselves, and I think duduk was one of them that I had at home just to have it. I never looked at it very seriously as something I would play. It was just a piece of souvenir there. And it turned out to be that this souvenir turned out to be some sort of hobby and then more serious. Someday I wanted to see the sound of duduk myself at my home that I have, and after looking for quite a long time on how to play, I wasn't able to figure out. And I found a teacher here in Toronto, a very good friend, Victor Kotov, who gave me a couple of lessons on how to play duduk. And I was heading to Armenia that summer for a vacation, and I decided to meet someone there to take a couple of lessons just to explore, to see how the instruments sound, how to play some very basic tunes on it. And once there, I was very lucky to meet my teacher, Georgy Minasov, who taught me how to play duduk. And my story actually very anecdotal. When I first went to his house for my first lesson, and he asked me to show what I got. I just showed him a simple tune, and he said, okay, so your fingering is good, but everything else we should start learning from scratch. And he opened his book with some music notes in it and asked me to play. And at that time I couldn't read music. And I say, I can't read music. And he said, well, now is the time to start. And in Armenian, we have one saying that says, "Amotis gatsum," it's some sort of sense of responsibility. And I had to go back, because I have only 2 weeks in Armenia, I had to go back home and I had to learn how to read music. So our friendship began, and when I came back to Canada, I started to take lessons from him via Skype. And that's how it went. Now it's about 3 years that I study and play duduk.
Меня зовут Виктор Котов. Я профессиональный музыкант, изначально профессиональный пианист, и это моя основная работа. На дудуке я начал играть В 2005 году, как сейчас помню, это 1 марта была, пришла посылка. Вначале это были простые дудуки, но потом я заказал у очень-очень хорошего мастера, который делал дудуки для Дживана Гаспаряна, это самый известный дудукист с мировым именем. И мне хотелось тоже иметь такие инструменты, на которых он играет. И этот инструмент очень и очень нравится людям. То есть он несет такое умиротворение, успокоение, релакс, связь с космосом. У меня было объявление, что я преподаю дудук. И по этому объявлению меня нашел Армен. Он позвонил мне, у него в то время просто очень-очень сильное желание возникло. Человек не только хочет это слушать, но и хочет играть. И я так получилось, что первое объявление, которое нашел, это было мое. Он позвонил мне, и по стечению обстоятельств оказалось, мы, в общем-то, рядом живем. 15 километров всего, меньше даже друг от друга. И так мы встретились, познакомились, и началось наше общение. И первые шаги получилось, что знакомство именно с инструментом, это было через меня. Нормально занимается. Инструменты с тобой?
Со мной.
Все, молодец. Армен, хотел спросить у тебя одну вещь. Самое важное в дудуке – это тембр. Ну, это полная характеристика этого инструмента, это что он выражает. И у разных дудукистов разный тембр, ну, свой специфический. И мне интересно, ты нашел свой на сегодняшний день?
Знаешь что, Виктор Джан, пока что нет, потому что найти свой тембр — это сам очень-очень долгий процесс. Как я слышал, очень многие дудукисты требуется очень много лет, чтобы найти вот реально тот хороший бархатный ритм, который свойственен так армянскому дудуку.
Да, именно вот армянский звук.
Да.
Это то, что пришлось всем по душе во всем мире, и то, что стало очень популярным. Этот инструмент из этнических самый востребованный.
Да, правильно. И армянский тембр, вот очень интересный тембр, но как бы его очень долго надо развивать, надо его искать все время. То, что я заметил, когда я играю, у начинающих, у всех дудукистов есть одна особенность — сжимать губы, когда играть. А это как бы убивает и тембр. Вот, например, приблизительно вот так. Видишь, как сжаты мои губы?
Да.
Ну, это естественно. Вот когда ты начинаешь делать что-то новое, у тебя и пальцы физически очень сжимают инструмент. И также у тебя вся мускулатура сжатая, то есть напряженная, и тоже сжимает, а это оставляет как бы тембр заниживает.
Класс дудука был в школе, в которой я занимался пианистом, что первое, говорит, что научиться надо, говорить слово «мама». Говорит, вот когда ты найдешь это слово, говорит, маму любишь, говорит, тут вырази на дудуке, и пошло. Вот, мама, мама. Как ты маму зовешь?
Я как-то об
что-то...
этом не думал, Виктор Джан, по правде говоря.
Я вот с этого
У меня немножко
начал.
с другого контекста, как выросший в Армении, у меня с дудуком другие представления, другие связи, relationship. Я никогда не думал, что я начну играть на дудуке.
Я тоже.
Где-то 40 лет. Но потом так получилось. Но очень интересную вещь ты сказал. Я подумаю над этим, как звать маму на дудуке.
А вообще, если этому 2-3 тысячи лет, 2500, сложно сказать, но больше 2000 лет инструменту, то модерн дудук именно вот с таким механизмом. Сколько лет ему? Когда это примерно вышло в свет?
Не могу точно сказать, но где-то минимум 15-20 лет, когда эта идея была. Я думаю, когда Минасов сделал свой первый инструмент, вот, на нем играют в основном его ученики, но...
Да, потому что это школа его.
Но он как бы остается также обыкновенным инструментом, то есть можно не использовать все эти levers, и он остается обыкновенным дудуком, как вот этот наш.
Ты занимаешься самым лучшим педагогом в мире, легендой, Георгием Минасовым.
My teacher, Georgy Minasov, I would say I'm a very lucky person to meet him. He is, first of all, very amazing human being, person himself. But other than that, he contributed so much to development of duduk as an instrument, as a teacher, as an author of the books. It's about, he's 86 years old, but he still teaches in the college. He performs. He is author of 4 books, 3 more are coming, and he is inventor of several instruments, very important. And the amount he contributed to development of duduk is incredible. Just to give you an idea about what type of person he is, what moves him, duduk has been his love of his life, entire life. He was performing a concert here in Toronto in January 2016, and they were flying back to Armenia, and it was the most terrible snowstorm that happened here, and all the flights have been canceled. So they were forced to stay here for 2 days, and they got the worst possible flight back home, about 3 stops, and they were landing in Armenia about 2 or 3 a.m. in the night. So we were discussing this flight, and he said, "Oh, okay, so we are landing in Armenia at 2 a.m., so 8 a.m. I need to be teaching at the college, and in the evening it's my son's birthday party. So I have 2 blessings at one." So teaching for him is sort of blessing for his person. So he's very amazing master player, again, inventor. Major theme of duduk has always been Armenian folk and spiritual songs, because if you take a look at the construction of the instrument, it's a very simple, non-tempered musical instrument. Some scholars believe that it's from 1500 to 3000 years old, and of course during ancient times is the only instrument that survived Armenian history. So the major theme is always folk songs and also spiritual songs, because At the time, most of the knowledge in Armenia was concentrated and saved in the churches and in the monasteries. In fact, we have very beautiful songs left from the 10th century by Grigor Narikatsi that are survived now and are performed by duduk as well. But I would say during Soviet Union times, duduk was mostly constrained within Armenia and Soviet Union. But after the collapse of Soviet Union after 2000, duduk theme expanded greatly. In 2000, by the movie called Gladiator, Hollywood movie, we know great master player Jivan Gasparyan has performed for the first time. One of the soundtracks featured duduk, and it made duduk widely popular across the globe. So the theme right now is expanded greatly. There are so many great projects that include duduk, starting from jazz to classics and so on and so forth. So I think duduk is expanding, taking also into consideration that duduk as an instrument is also evolving. Now we have two-octave instrument, gives opportunity to perform a wider range of music. So traditional duduk is a small duduk, wooden duduk, which has a range of about 1 octave and a little bit 1 1/4 of octave. So that's a traditional instrument. Georgy Minasov has invented 2 or 3 other types of duduks. One is called extended range duduk that has possibility of performing over the 2 octaves. So 1/4 versus 2 octaves, now it gives better range. In 2 octave duduk has ability to perform with like all 12 keys, opens new opportunities. He also created series of other instruments in the low tonalities like bass duduk, baritone duduk. And he formed his ensemble called Dudukner, performs basically using all these 4 instruments together. Armenian music in Canada is represented in different genres in areas. First of all, if we take the classical Armenian music, we have so many prominent Canadian Armenian musicians and composer conductors here, like Peter Unjan, Nurhan Arman, Isabel Bayraktaryan, Levon Ishanian, to name a few. I've noticed that during their work, they, while performing their general repertoire, they also bring works from Armenian composers and also Armenian performers here. So in this area, Armenian music is, I think, very well represented in Canada. On the other side, if we're talking about traditional Armenian music, it exists a lot in Armenian churches, in Armenian Saturday schools. There is like dance ensembles. There are a lot of performers that are keeping traditional music as is here for the local population. But also on the third side, if we talk about, for example, jazz, there's a lot of musicians that create music in combination with like other ethnic groups in Canada, creating beautiful projects here. An example was Arara Kelyan's project called Armenia Meets another country. So the first series was Armenia Meets Dominicana, Armenia Meets Cuba. So where musicians from Armenia and Cuba meet and they perform music from both of these countries, and it has been amazing. There's a lot of projects like this. in Canada, the beauty of Canada is that we have diversity here. Diversity in everything, and in the music specifically. Only in Canada, all types of projects that otherwise in other places would seem not possible are possible. So here, for example, you can have Armenian, Cuban, Vietnamese musicians join together to perform German song. It's all possible here. So that is the beauty of Canada, that is the beauty of being here and having the opportunity to explore and see what exists, because again, the amount of projects or crazy projects that you can put in mind is possible to do here. When I first came to Canada, and after like 5-6 years, I've noticed very interesting phenomenon. Armenia and Canada is sort of two different polarities. Armenia's history is about 3,000 years old, and Canada is 150 years old. Armenia is a very uniform country, while Canada is very diverse. So they are sort of on the different scales. With old and tradition, it comes some sort of wisdom, but it also comes some sort of constraint to grow. With diversity, there is always something new, and there is opportunity to grow and learn. What I found that Canadian culture coupled with like my Armenian traditions, whatever I've grown up with, they couple together can give birth to something new, something amazing. And when combining these two elements, I think there is no limit where you can go in terms of music or your work or anything you would like to be or have.